And welcome back to the second round of the post-sectional games of the Everest 2025. We have Brianna Smith from St John's Park playing Glenn Pauling. Glenn Pauling lost his first game in a close one to Ryan Moyle. Brianna Smith is coming off having the bye in the first game because we're in sections of three. My name's Thomas Mitchell and I have Matthew Peterson with me for the first part of this game, doing some commentating. How are you, Matty?
Thanks, Tommy. Thanks for having me. I'm really enjoying my time at the Everest and the hospitality of Mandurah and its beautiful surrounds. Got a good game. Got a really good game live stream here. We've hopefully got some viewers from around the country and on the eastern states. It's everyone's probably just settled in after lunch, so sit back.
Brianna certainly turned it on yesterday. Yesterday when she played in her sectional games, going through undefeated. And yeah, a couple of locals.
Was the talk of the tournament.
Won,
Extremely well.
yeah, won all games quite comfortably. I think as well.
She's not going to have it all her own way here. She's a very probably more at home on the outdoor synthetics than Brianna would.
Yeah, it's definitely his home surface at South Perth, the same as this, the sandfields and Firth synthetic. Um, he's a very methodical player, very deliberate in what he does, takes his time,
I
has
was
all the
watching him
shots.
this morning from across the rings. He seems like he's very deliberate and he seems like he's very deliberate and he'll certainly test Brianna out in this game. I think should be a good high quality match,
Yeah,
viewers.
he's Glenn's left a few short with his first, so Glenn's looking at another. Definitely got
Going to come in
two
a
there, whether it's a third one as well though.
little bit fortuitous, but she'll
Yeah,
take that, I think, Brie.
yeah. No point in being short out of that.
Just for a little bit of insight, viewers, after playing on this particular green this morning, there's not much margin for error. You're taking at least a good 8-9 feet of grass, and it's running a good 17, 18 seconds. So it's very fluky.
Very, very affected by the wind as well. Doesn't take much wind to affect the bowl and how hard you go through it or how much grass you're taking. It just takes a breath and it
That's very
stops
true,
a metre
Tommy.
quicker or carries on an extra metre or two.
That's very true. There wasn't a lot of wind around this morning, but it certainly it certainly altered the course of the bowls by a good foot or two if there's a little bit of wind up.
You'll be thanking your lucky stars you didn't have to play on the outdoor greens on Thursday.
I was very thankful to Russell after arriving at his place on Wednesday night. I wasn't as thankful last night when the draw came out. I was probably a little bit harsh to Russell, um, but the indoor green, it's common sense that it's a lot kinder. Running a nice 14 seconds or so, a nice turn and no wind.
Now the upsets have been on the outdoor greens so far. You Eastern States players probably don't get to play on the sandfield as much as what we do over here. You more got the carpet woven sort of surfaces over there compared to us, where we got a lot of these surfaces here. We don't get the carpets here. They just don't have the longevity in the greens here. They seem to have to replace them after 2 or 3 years, whereas we get 10 to 15 years out of one of these. So.
You're right, Tommy. These types of greens back on the eastern states are very, very few and far between. So
Brianna started off with an awesome shot with the first one there.
And Glenn just come around and tucked it around the corner. Great shot. In for a good match here, viewers. Brianna's just trying to poke one up the tight side here. Great effort. Just for a little bit of context, viewers, Glenn's just come off the green and just finished his first game. He went down in a really, really tight match. So it could be considered to be a slight advantage to have just come off the green and play again. So we'll see how this pans out as it goes on. So Brianna's back on the draw shot. Just trying to get one close here. Looks like she's just carrying a little bit of weight, but she's going to lob in a good spot. Handy bowl. Fantastic weight control from Glenn on his first two there, Tommy. Played two crackers. Brianna started on the forehand and then she switched to the backhand with the last two. She certainly has. She lobbed in a very handy spot with her third. I think she'll be up here trying to land the bowl or trail the jack. Oh, she's going to be quicker. What would I know?
It's a curse of the commentators, mate. Makes me look like a fool most of the time. Try and pull a shot, but you think they're going to play and they can play the computer complete. Yeah, call them on the shot that you think they're going to play, and they play the complete opposite. Makes you look like a fool as a commentator.
Yeah, I was tuning into Sachi and Ronnie yesterday, and I think Sachi got about 5 in a row wrong. So
I reckon it's.
I've only got one, so I've got another 4 to go.
I reckon I've made many a call, and I reckon I've got about 10% of them right.
Well played, Glenn. 3 beautiful bowls. 3-3.
Very friendly start. Some of the other games we've got going on the outside green, we have Barry Lester's playing. Who's Barry playing? Stephen Novak. Christina's playing Brett McMahon. Billy Brasman's playing Kyle McElroy. And we have our live stream rink here on the indoor rinks where we got Russell. Scotty O'Brien's playing Kobe Barton on the indoor rink. Jim Newton's playing Aaron Tees. It's a fair start from Glenn to start. Just a couple of foot past the jack. Aaron Rowland's playing Shane Gildens. Isaac Morn's playing Jackie East. All the results from the first round are up on Bowls Link at the moment. If you want to go have a look, just go on the Bowls Link app or website and search Everest. Whatever. Do whatever, mate. Yeah.
Interesting, Tommy. In this match, very early on, we've already got Glenn playing on the club side of the rink, and we've got Brianna favouring our closest side or the ditch side of the rink. So already some different tactics from the two players on the third end.
Yeah, there's no real wind at the moment, so there's not really a wide hand at the moment, you would say. Predominantly the ditch side has been playing the wider of the two of what we've seen, but at the moment there's definitely very much of an oddity for WA weather. There's not a breath of the wind. The flags are hanging dead straight down, not even blowing.
Yeah, after I've been to WA a few times in the later months in October and November, and It always blows a gale, so it's nice coming over here when it's a
Yeah,
little bit stiller.
yeah. We seem the afternoons get a bit windy and then sort of dies off at the evening, so we get lucky with that way. Whereas um, we don't seem to get too much wind during the nights, and it's actually a pretty nice time to play bowls after 6 p.m. because it just dies off. Um, but as many of the viewers might have known and heard that it was that windy on the Thursday, we got weights on the legs of the marquees here. There's 10 kilos on each leg, and it was still picking the thing up.
Wowee.
Don't know who's got shot there at the moment,
Hmm.
Maddie. It's pretty tight there.
Brianna was pretty tight in there. She's just come past with good weight and just touched her own bowl, unfortunately for her. So, but I don't think the end winner's been played yet, Tommy. I reckon it's coming
No.
up in one of these two.
You would have to think so.
Glenn looks like he's on a pretty good track.
Whether he's looks a decent weight too. He's done played a pretty good call there, mate. You got your percentages up on the calls there.
One from two. I'm in front of such.
It's 50%, mate. You'd be happy with 50% with your drives, wouldn't you?
100%. Definitely. Interesting what Brianna does here. She's played 3 down the backhand, and
yeah, it'd be if she's got 2 seconds, you'd have to think she'd be looking at the bowl or the jack.
She wasn't afraid to play a bit of weight on the previous end.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so I think we might be treated to a lock and load straight down the line here, viewers.
Yeah, well, it's a fair target there, even though it's only a 1 bowl target. It's sort of almost 3 bowls wide with the way it's setting up next to the jack.
Big chance of getting bowl or jack or a bit of both here. Again, yep, 30 back to 33%. Hope no one's keeping tabs back home. Tell you what,
she's interested in it, that's for sure. The way she's looking with her body language.
A little bit of bias. Oh, it's a great effort.
Great effort.
Oh. She knew
Played
she was
that with
close.
good
She was
weight, gave her
stalking
the
that.
chance, yeah. Played that with very good weight, gave her the chance. Going to the jack around the corner for 2 or 3.
Although she hasn't picked up the shot on that end, Tommy, she'll be encouraged by the way that they come in nicely and give her a bit of confidence for later in the match.
Yeah. When did you come over yourself? Do you come over a couple of days before? Or do you just come over on the Wednesday, mate?
Yeah, I came over on the Wednesday. Had the privilege of coming over with Brianna and Benny Twist and Joey Clark and Michael Rowe, and we made our way down to beautiful Mandurah and we're staying at a very well known bowler and all around good guy, Russell Tyrrell and Cheryl's place, and been treating us with fantastic hospitality. We had a nice boat ride out to the local watering hole on our first night, and saw some dolphins. It's a wonderful place to come and visit.
Was that Glenn started off very well there? Front touch with his first.
Great shot.
Was that out to Mark Simpson's pub at the Cut there, was it? Or somewhere else?
No, and we couldn't patronise his pub on the first night, unfortunately. We went to the Oceanic Bar and Grill.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful spot.
He didn't break down on his boat or anything. It seems to be a regular occurrence for Russell. Simo's always ringing me telling he's got to take the boat out and give Russell a tow again.
I can verify that there were no distress phone calls made, and everyone stayed dry, including Russell and his $1,000 mobile telephone.
Oh,
he told us a few stories about having a dip in the canal when it wasn't needed.
No, I haven't been to his place for a while. I think he's got a new jetty there too. On his property there, he's just updated his jetty a couple of years ago.
Yeah, look pretty flash. I think he's doing all right. Look pretty flash. No, they're fantastic people, and we've really
does a monster of work running this tournament and promoting bowls in the West here.
If anyone from the eastern states is interested in coming over, you've got fantastic facilities. There's lots to do around Mandurah. I'm sure it's
Weather's
been settled.
beautiful, other than the wind at times.
Yeah, there's that, but um, fantastic facilities, and I think we've heard stories of some clubs getting together and running raffles throughout the year and um, raising a couple of $1,000 and sending one of their players over, and or
The first iterations of this event, there was a lot of clubs even on the east coast sort of ran qualifying events. Was that again happen this year, or just a lot of players have got been sponsored to come over? Like Cosy Home Loans sponsored a few players. You and your fellow St John Park players been sponsored by a syndicate at Vic Park.
yeah, the Vic Park Syndicate, the Reds. Yeah, yeah. The majority of the majority of the players from the east have been sponsored by a private syndicate. I do know that I was talking to Barry, to Barry Lester before the match, and he's been sponsored by the Dandenong Club, which he was very appreciative of. And I have heard some stories about some clubs sending their major singles winner as part of their prize over to the Everest before. So that might be an idea for future.
Future, hopefully, yep.
Hmm. Back at the
Um,
ranch here, it looks like Glenn's got a very tough shot bowl to beat, but Brianna's got that one at the one at the back, Tommy, that's just lurking, just waiting for something in the slips to come through.
Yeah, she wasn't far with her last. She's just passed on the high side of the jack with her last by a bowl or two. So very look to play a very similar bowl to her last, hoping to get down to that jack and take it back to her last bowl. Play this with every confidence, I would think.
She's interested in it, just going off her body language. See how much she's going to hold.
Around the front, she's going to get to her own bowl at
she's
least.
gonna
That's
get
how
it.
much weight she's got it with.
Oh, it's a great effort.
Would have been interesting to see that with another couple of feet there.
Just ran into the backside of it. Great effort.
Another one to Glenn. Moves the score on to 5-3.
What's your thoughts on this, Tommy? Do you think it's an advantage to? Do you think it's like it's never an advantage to lose your first game, but do you think it's an advantage to come off the green and come straight back on?
Yeah, you gotta think the amount of times that you got a singles, especially in 3 games, 3 sectional singles. That player that gets to play 2 games in a row seems to be the majority of the one that gets through the section. Even if they lose their first one, they're always going to be a chance to still come through. I much prefer having the bye in that first game and playing those following 2 games. You don't have to sit around marking a game, or if you don't have to mark, you're finding something to twiddle your thumbs and do. Just keeps yourself occupied and keeps yourself fresh and up to date with the changing of the green surfaces and that. It's definitely a challenge having that first game and sitting around and waiting. You've got to switch back on quickly and try and find the surface when somebody's just been playing on it for the last couple of hours. It's probably less an advantage for this one, or even more so an advantage of this one, because Glenn's actually played the first game, Brianna hasn't, and Brianna's probably, don't know if Brianna's ever played on would she have played on a sandfield before?
I highly doubt it, Tommy. As I was saying earlier, we see very few sand-based synthetics on the eastern state. The closest we would normally get would be a carpet outdoor or a carpet indoor synthetic.
I reckon the closest I've got the carpet to was Pine Rivers before they changed it, when it was running that 18 seconds all the time. It's very much draw or dry. There's nothing in between. You're sort of just drawing or you're making your mind up to go really hard, trying to take any imperfections or any conditions out of the play. Just playing the easiest shot you can find, basically. It's a brilliant shot there from Brianna.
It's an absolutely great shot there from Brianna. She's really changed that head around. Might force Glenn to just reach on this, and as we were talking about that, those shots with 3 feet or 6 feet away to become infinitely harder on this type of surface with a bit of wind around and the pace and turn of the green. Might make me look silly and get the shot here, but he's just going to duck under. Brianna's got a good chance to put a little bit of pressure on here. She's going to stay on the forehand and try and get to Glenn's back bowl, or just tuck the jack, just tuck the jack down towards her her first bowl.
Just looking to play exactly the same bowl as at last, I think. Just trying to turn her own bowl, land Glenn's.
She's going to run the trip. She's pretty
looking
good.
like good weight. It's going to be a third shot at least anyway. Sort of forces Glenn into that little shot that we've been saying is a very difficult one to play. That just a couple of foot over the draw sort of thing. Whether he can hold up on the backhand under his own, it's another matter.
He's having a good look at it. Just yeah, he's making his mind up. Yeah, it forces him to play the harder shot. We're just about to welcome Dave Rankin to the commentary box.
G'day everybody, how are we? Good to see Tommy's left his microphone turned on.
You gotta turn yours on. The button.
Oh, what about now? How you going, Matty? All right?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Dave. Pretty good.
Had a good win in your first game, I saw.
Yeah, I was. What's the word? I was happy to find the surface pretty early on, as we've been as Tommy and I have been talking. It is quite tricky, so I was happy to find it early on and get out of there as quick as I possibly could. Have a nice little rest and come and join you boys up here. And
That's the ticket.
yeah, how have you been, Dave?
Yeah, battling away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in quite a battle over the last few years, so it's still battling on, but I'll get there.
Yeah, good. An absolutely cracking shot for Brianna. She's played a great end there. She was down early and sat Glenn's bowl, and she's made two on that end. She's right level with him at 5-all.
She was going good yesterday.
Yeah, she was absolutely fantastic yesterday. The section with Daniel Brown and Johnny Slavic. She was right solid dynamite.
I wonder if she mentioned to Twisty that she's probably the best player in their house.
I can verify, Dave, that Brianna did not say that, but a few of us staying at Russell's might have.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah, more than once we told him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He took it in his stride. He's a good boy, Benny.
No, he's out there playing in the fours somewhere.
Yeah.
Good boy. And there's we just walked in not long ago. The road down here is jam-packed full of cars, and there's a good crowd around.
It's starting to build at the. It's starting to build in the post section of the Everest. Hoping to continue to see more come in.
Maybe we could get Tommy to slip the monitor. There we go. So Blake's got a pretty good setup here, hasn't he? I'm impressed.
Fair to say it's a little bit of a rough start from our two combatants on this end, but it's not easy out there, viewers. Not easy at all. It's running a good 17 seconds and taking a lot of grass, a lot more than our viewers on the eastern seaboard would be used to.
Got to wonder the ones that played inside yesterday come out here today, and they would have found it a little bit trickier, I would imagine.
Yeah, personally, I can attest to we're trying to find my rhythm for the first 5 or 6 ends, and and really not being consistent. Like having that, like I certainly went through an adjustment period of adjusting off the indoor and back out to here.
Yeah.
For comparison, the indoor was probably 3 or 4 seconds slower than the outdoor,
But no wind.
and no, yeah, it was not gonna lie, it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But nice and kind out here today, Dave. It's not too windy.
Well, the flags are blustering, but not like it can do.
Weather god's been kind.
If the flags turn around the other way, you're in a bit of trouble.
Glenn's coming in here for another shot. By the looks of things. On this type of green, Dave, you traditionally think that those bowls wouldn't be close enough to get shot, but I think in some ways it's harder to get shot with a setup like this with the bowls and jacks, a little bit of distance between it, because it forces Brianna just to dead draw a shot.
Yeah.
Mind you, she's coming in pretty well here. What's she going to do here? She's going to get over a jack. Oh, great shot, Brianna. It's a ripper. She's just told us. She's just told us that that she feels like she's playing carpet bowls at home.
Just drop them out of the hand.
Yeah. She dropped that one out all right. Right on top of the jack. The unfortunate thing about holding 3 shots before your opponent draws a toucher is that you've got no backwood here, so it's interesting to see what Glenn will do.
Well, you can't really attack that, can you? Because if this bowls doesn't follow the jack, he's in deep, deep trouble.
Looks like he's just staying pretty close to that draw line, or just reaching. As he's turning pretty quickly, he's just a bit under. That's the second end in a row we've seen Glenn hold shot and Brianna turn another head over to make shots. So that gets her out to a 6-5 lead, Dave.
Yep. To be fair, she's pretty handy.
Yeah, she was the talk of the tournament with her performance on a Thursday. Sorry.
Oh, yesterday. Wasn't it?
Yesterday, yeah, with her performance yesterday. Having so much fun in Mandurah. I've been having so much fun that it feels like we've been here for longer. Every day's sort of stretched into one.
Well, you win another game this afternoon, and you're here for another day.
That's true. That's true. We're trying our best. Brianna's nominated to roll a bit of a shorter end this time. She thinks that she's looks like she's feeling a bit more confident on the shorter ends.
Would you be keen, Maddie, to
She's played a great shot here too.
like on a super quick surface like that, just to take the mat right up and stick the jack on the tee, just to flush out a few from the other people? Like loose ones, so
Like just drawing to it, or
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah,
about yeah. If I was playing against someone that I felt like was better over the longer lengths and maybe a little bit erratic, I would.
yeah.
I think that tactic eliminates those those really deep bowls you see sort of 8 or 10 meters past the jack that can come into the game later on with a weighted shot or a.
Yep.
I think it's probably changed a bit these days, Dave. Like, I think you and I have been around long enough with playing the game that we were used to using big high drawing bowls and maybe bring the mat up and stacking some heads. And
Yep.
in a game, 15 or 20 years, a different type of game where it was more of a draw-based game. But all the players coming through these days, I find, are very proficient on the run shots, the drive shots, and will not hesitate to
Have a crack.
yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking about having a crack,
Yeah.
Glenn's on the charge.
Close.
And he's got it. Oh, it's a great shot. And he stayed in bounds. His bowls are stayed. His bowl that touch a jack has stayed in bounds by just under a foot. So
Be a couple of meters from the jack though, but it's shot for now.
great shot. A little bit unexpected. We've just seen draw shots from Glenn, and
And
just
bang.
when we just when we're having a chat about something else, it's gone whooshka. So great shot there from Glenn. Maybe a bit of a momentum changer, Dave. Brianna going down here? Just gets past the tee. Oh, she's played a great shot.
That's a rubber.
It's about 3 to 4 feet off the ditch there, viewers, and the speed of the green. It's a very good shot.
How far off the edge do we reckon that one is?
I reckon it's about
Or
a
not.
metre or just over a metre off. What we got here from Glenn? It's just going to drop in. So Brianna with a chance to add another one here and really ask the question of Glenn on this end after he's played that fantastic shot. Brianna will be looking to consolidate this position on the head and move to an 8-5 lead if she can.
That would be it.
Continue on her merry way of going really well. Picture of concentration on the mat. Stone-faced killer.
Silent assassin.
Oh, she's given that look to Ben a few times this week, Dave.
I'm sure. We have a delivery.
She's going to stop. Oh, she's just fallen in.
Would Glenn be tempted to have a crack at that, you reckon?
Yeah.
I
Why
mean,
not, Dave? Why not?
I mean, it's only for one, but could be a little easier than trying to draw the shot.
Yeah, there's probably 75% of the players here probably would have a crack at that.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah, I wouldn't have backed myself to draw the shot too close for me. Especially out here. How's he going, we reckon? He's pretty good here.
Still going.
He's pretty good. If he's going to stop, he's going to get the shot. Oh, he's played a great shot.
It's a
Played a
fantastic
great shot. He just likes playing the hard ones, I think.
And that's why he didn't have a go.
Yeah.
It's like, all we're going to do is lose a metre.
So we just received a score sheet from our round one results. So anyone that's just tuned in section 1 we had Mark Simpson defeat Jim Newton 21-9. Similar off to a good start there. We had Warren Holt defeat Darren Rollins in section 2, 21-19. Section 3, we had young Joey Clark from St John's on his first trip to the Everest. Defeat Scott O'Brien 21-11. Section 4 had probably a fair few people's tournament favourites. Gary Kelly defeat Isaac Morgan 21-10. Section 5, yours truly had a good win against Brett McMahon. 21-3.
Local hero.
Section 6, our opponent, Brianna Smith's opponent in this game, Glenn Pauling, just went down to Ryan Moyle 21-18. Our previous live stream game on the outdoor rink here, we had in section 7, we had Corey Wedlock defeat Barry Lester 21-10. And probably our game of the round for the outdoor games in section 8, had J.B. Norris defeat Billy Brandsma in a very high quality and entertaining tussle.
And got the current scores from the games inside at the moment. We've got O'Brien 1 versus Barton 7, Tees 12 versus Newton 2, Roland 1 versus SGN from Geraldton 9, Isaac, not sure how to she pronounces his last name. Morgan, is it? 7 versus Jack East 8. And the ones out here, we've got Billy Bransford 12, Kyle McElroy 3. Can't see that scoreboard. Barry Lester 5 versus Steve Novak. Barry Lester 7 versus Steve Novak 5. and I still can't see the other scoreboard, which is Christina Christic, or actually it's not Christic anymore, is it? Yeah, and she's playing the Battler of 4-all, is it? Thanks, Tommy. Right, I'll pass you back to Tommy now. I'll might come back later on and have another crack.
Thanks, Dave. It's good to have a chat.
No dramas. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
You too. You too. A little bit of weight here from Brianna. She's just going to duck under. Well, it's not a bad result. We're clipping out Glenn's bowl. Both got
she's
one
still got
bowl
one
each.
left. You'd probably see her fire again. She's still got the backest one there. That's it.
We think it's 2 to Glenn at this stage, Tommy?
It's from here. It's tough to tell. On the screen, it looks like it's 2, but
A little bit
I
deceiving.
wouldn't be surprised to see it being only 1 though either. But I think it's 2.
I think Glenn would just be looking to try and consolidate this, either just draw a touch or just maybe draw down to the tee and make it harder for Brianna.
Yeah, he'd love to tuck that around the corner, wouldn't he?
He's coming in hard here, viewers. He's going to get down to the jack. Oh, he's played a good shot, but he's just given Brianna an extra option to hit here. Brianna's not going to be short. And fire 1. Oh, she's going to hold up.
Hang on to around the front.
Hit the black
Anything
one.
can happen here though.
Oh,
She might have got shot out of that.
that's
somehow.
an amazing result.
It's pretty. Trying to get you into the view. There we go.
Look on Glenn's face says it all as he walks up.
He's
the rink.
spitting chips there, old Glenn. He says
Rice.
he's loving it. He said he's loving it though.
Wry smile on both players' faces as they walk
Brianna,
up ring 6.
Brianna's laughing her head off.
Brianna, Brianna's made shot.
It's definitely a bit different in the body language that we've seen from Corey, even though Corey won his first game pretty confidently. He's just getting angry at himself, kicking the ground and shaking his head at every bowl he was putting down, even though he was putting down front knockers every second bowl.
It's that old saying about on that particular the last shot of Brianna's, like she's in the area and she's hit the target and what happens after that is
you can only give yourself a chance and give yourself the best chance you can possibly go. And hope for the best.
She was in the area.
Okay, that one.
Brianna back on the short hands again.
Yeah, the only one tactical wise that did anything different was probably Corey with his mat all the way up and then Jack on the tee. So I think he's the only one that's done anything different. Most of the others are gone middle sort of stuff.
It's a bit of a tactic of the Barilla boys to, particularly Teasy and Corey to find that rhythm short.
Teasy was actually doing the same thing too. I noticed that on one of the earlier games that wasn't on the live stream. He moved the mat up and Jack on the tee as well. I'm gonna hand you off to Russell, the genius of this tournament.
We welcome
Cheers.
And we welcome Russell, our tireless man who's been working umpteen hours to ensure the smooth running and fantastic hospitality of this tournament. Welcome, Russell.
Cheers, Maddie. Thanks for helping out with some commentary.
That's okay.
I thought I'd come and do a little bit because I'm actually losing my voice. Everyone's going to be pretty happy about that.
I know Cheryl will be pretty happy with that back at home, Rusty.
No, we haven't actually seen much of each other, to be honest. She's been in that little office down there with Caitlin, and I've been out here annoying everyone. So we just pass each other in the night every now and then.
The key to a happy marriage, some would say.
Yes. There's some beautiful conditions out here. The players are very fortunate that the wind hasn't picked up. Thursday it was a bit tricky. Michael Rowe from St John's said, "I don't think you could pay me to play here when that wind was like that." So he didn't enjoy that at all.
Yeah, he did look a little bit perplexed on that after coming off the green in that game.
And then just to top it off, we put him out here on the fours game first up as well. So I think he's got a little Russell voodoo doll somewhere.
And Blake Narn might have one of him as well.
Oh, Blake's got a heap of them. Not as many as people have got the other way around.
Back at the ranch here, Rusty, we probably had one of our loosest ends for a while. Coming down to Brianna's last bowl here. She needs to play a good one. What she got? She's coming in on a pretty good angle here. Not going to be a mile away. She's going to get down in time. Oh, it's a good shot. She
Good
falls
shot,
back. She might be
Brianna.
shot. Well played. Maybe still one to Glenn, but Brianna's
What's supposed to hear?
Brianna's definitely cut it down to one.
Glenn had a battle royale this morning. Just got pipped at the end.
Certainly did. He was down 8-0 and 9-0 and come right back and showed some good popular buzzword these days, some good resilience.
He's a very solid player, Glenn. Been at the pointy end Australian Open of events at times with his great mate Scotty Walker from South Perth.
I was talking to I was getting to know a few of the local players, and I was talking to Twisty about Glenn, and said that he's represented Western Australia in the stateside as well.
Yeah, many games. Premier League skipper here in WA, South Perth. I see our local Crown Jester battlers taking it right up to Christina, a couple of rinks over, who you were a bully on, Maddie. But it's awesome to see. I mean, Battler's he doesn't even play Saturday pennants because he's a horse trainer, and fills in when we need someone. And he won a raffle at the Halls Head Bowling Club, got into the event, and went on to win his section, winning all 3 games to get to today. So that's the beauty of the event, as far as I'm concerned. That
How good's that?
it's easier that to get in, and you never know what'll happen. And what an experience for him to come up and play against someone like Matty Peterson. Even though he did a number on him, he thoroughly enjoyed the experience, and can only be better for those players as well.
If anyone from the eastern states or the middle of the country in South Australia or the NT are looking to come over, I can guarantee that you'll have a fantastic time and play some really high quality bowls against some really good opposition, and give yourself the chance to win $50,000 first prize.
That's right. Glenn's got a ripper with his first. It's coming down again.
This is turning into a ding-dong battle here,
Yeah,
Rusty.
it is. It is.
He's close again.
I know
here.
how to pick the streaming games. We've had some good ones, I tell you.
And
There's not many bad games around, to be honest.
Yeah, we're spoiled for choice.
Yeah.
Got a little toucher with that one, Glenn. That helps his cause if Brianna makes some contact with the jack or moves his bowl. Certainly asking the question of Bree. She turns here.
Tried hard here.
Oh, here she comes. She's gonna get down. Oh, it's a good
that's
shot.
A good shot.
It's a lonely bowl now for Glenn.
Yeah, back to what you said about getting involved. I mean, it is as easy as just running a raffle and get in, or a qualifier. The pairs qualifiers are really popular, especially over here. I know over east you got to get airfares and stuff, but the club actually gets. Coringal ran one, a singles qualifier and a raffle, so they had 2 people from Victoria over. But the pairs qualifiers are really popular because everyone likes pairs. You play with a mate, and you get 2 people from your club in. There's plenty of time between now and the next year for people to plan and get a get a get a event run. And that the prize is entry to the Everest, or the one that I really like is the winner of your club singles. Their prize is entry to the Everest.
And if we estimate the cost for someone from an eastern state to come and play in the tournament and pay the entry fee and pay their airfares, we're looking at what, say $2.5, $3 for the week with a bit of spending money there.
Yep.
So if any clubs or any syndicates are interested in sponsoring or sending some players over, you're looking at starting now. You're looking at 20 or 30, but you're looking at $10 a week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of guys who really want to play next year. They've got my the Everest bank account, and they're now going to pay me $20 a week. This is obviously in WA, $20 a week, and they've got their spot. I mean, it's 2 pints, and they get a chance to play at this level. And with the introduction of the fours, it means you don't just get your section, and if you have a howler or you come up against a rock star like Matty Peterson, you've still got another day and a half of bowls, and you get to mix with, or you get to play against some of the best. I mean, out there we've got Jeremy Henry and Ben Twist, and you might be playing with them, or you might play against them. Yeah. You don't get that opportunity very often.
And with the fantastic format of the random draw of the fours, like Ben's playing with 3 players that he normally wouldn't get the opportunity to play with. So Ben's going to meet some new friends, and those players are going to be able to go back and say, I played with a current, Australian Jackaroo, and know an Australian legend.
I mean, people out there playing with Jeremy Henry. I mean, you don't get that. It's just just doesn't happen. And the way that the elite players have embraced the fours has been nothing short of sensational, and the way they've conducted themselves and being very open and inclusive with everyone. They are a credit to themselves and to their own clubs and their states. So we're very, very happy and pleased to have them, and they've done themselves a great service. So they should be very proud of themselves. Down here, Glenn's certainly got touch here. Brianna's coming.
Yeah, Brianna's pretty close here again. She just played that shot on that last bowl of the last end, just to cut it down to 1, and just I suppose try and minimise Glenn's hot streak that he's on at the moment. He seems to be a little bit on top at the moment, but Brianna's just biding her time. She's very experienced and very patient. For someone so young, she's got a wealth of experience up at the pointy end of state championships and Australian tournaments, and
obviously because she is relatively new on the scene for some of us over here. She's been a bit of an eye-opener for us locals about how good she is. She is very, very good. And it is so good to have. Unfortunately, we only had 3 females in the field, but 2 of them have got through to the next section. I mean, they're both Australian Jackaroos, but anyone can get through. Just as I said with Brett McMahon from Mandurah, you can get through. So it's great to have them through to the next round.
Definitely. And both girls that have made it through to or both ladies, I should say, that have made it through the post section. An absolute pleasure to play against or play with. They're definitely a credit to themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lara Butler.
Lara was out the lady. Yeah, unfortunately she didn't get through.
Yeah. Good shot there from Glenn. He's just consolidated that head, made the look from the mat. A little bit harder for Bree with his short one being a good 18 inches short of the jack. Wind's just starting to swirl a little bit. Is she going to run this out, Brianna? She's trying her best. She's urging it. Whoa. Mighty effort. And she just got it down to 1. Turning into a very, very high quality match, this one. I think if Brianna can win this end, I think we might see a bit of a change in tactics. What do you think, Russell? I think we
Yeah.
might see a bit of a change in tactics from Brianna if she
Yep.
can win this end and get
Yep.
that jack away from the tee on the. We're coming back towards the other direction. Glenn's just starting to find his rhythm.
It's a pretty good head of bowls there, though.
Yeah, it certainly is. Taking into consideration the conditions, the speed of the green. Bit of a cover bowl here from Glenn. Looks like it's the deliberate bowl. He's not. Doesn't seem too.
No.
Doesn't seem disappointed with it.
Scores on the other rinks here. Billy Brandsma's got the jump on Kyle McElroy, 16-4. Billy only just went down in his first games to J-Bye. And Barry Lester is getting challenged by Steve Novak, 9-8. Brianna's just going to go a bit weighty.
Yeah. Just a little slick, but not too much major damage done there for Bree. She's well in this match, as is Glenn, who's playing very well. (9-7) to Glenn. Getting towards the halfway stage of this match.
What's up ahead for you, Matty? Bowls-wise, platinum pennants next week?
Yeah. So we head back home on Tuesday, and then we get stuck back into our fourth and fifth rounds of our platinum pennant, which is a very, very high quality competition with a lot of very, very good New South Wales players and marquee players from other states. So had a bit of a rough start, the St John's Park Saints.
Oh yeah, we had a draw against Cabramatta, didn't you? And lost. What was it, 5-4 or something overall?
Yeah, we went down to Cabramatta in our first and lost to and then had a draw with Warilla the following night.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, and then got absolutely pantsed by Engadine on the Sunday morning. So,
and I think you've got Cody Packer's all-conquering Marylands this week, haven't you?
Yeah, we've got the Marylands Magic and the Wenty Magpies coming up. Marylands in particular have got off to a very, very strong start to their season. Hopefully we can sprinkle a little bit of magic dust ourselves.
Yeah.
Billy Brandsma is on 19-4, and he's got on the adjacent rink, and he's got front toucher and one next to it. So he's asking a lot of questions against Kyle on that rink.
It's a loose one from Glenn there. Brianna's making the most of it. It's just going past. Got some scores indoors. Jack East is 13. Isaac Morn 7. Shane Judici Nan 10. Darren Rowland 4. Aaron T 16. James Newton from Leeming 7. And Kobe Barton 9. And Scotty O'Brien 6.
Some close games inside, Rusty,
Yeah.
as you'd expect at this stage of the tournament.
Yes. I mean, the indoor surface is just extremely kind because you don't get any variation in winds and other things. So you do tend to get close games with the higher caliber player. Not that you're not getting that here. And there's nothing wrong with this green and the conditions.
As a visitor, playing at the Mandurah Lawn Bowls Club for the first time, anyone looking to come over, the indoor green in particular was one of the one of the kindest and truest indoor surfaces I've ever played on.
Oh, really?
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
And it will only get better, we hope, because in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks' time, the actual carpet's getting replaced. It's 15 years old.
Oh, we've just had our first match completion of round 2. We've got Billy Brandsma.
Brandsma.
Yeah, we're getting up over Kyle McElroy, 21-4. That's a solid win to Billy. Good shot here from Brianna. Drawing jack high.
Yeah, so indoors getting replaced in May. Even though there's nothing wrong with it, it's 15 years old. There are a couple of spots. We usually have 7 rinks inside, but there's a hole in rink 5. So what we've done is set it to 6 rinks and just dodged that hole in rink 5. So that will be fixed. And our B green outside, which is a very old carpet, outdoor carpet, that's gazetted to be replaced with a synthetic same as this in October. So next year we should have 4 great greens, in which case if we have the 128 entries, which was what we're aiming for, we'll be using all 4 greens.
Anyone tuning in, if you're looking to come over, there looks like there's going to be some more spots for some more competitors. So
I might leave you guys. I might try and grab Billy Brandsma. He's just finished. I might get him to come over if I can and get him to have a chat. So anyway, thanks, man. You're doing an awesome job. Cheers.
thanks, Rusty. Great shot there from Brianna, viewers. Brianna's just doing that change of length as we talked about a couple of minutes ago, Tommy.
Yeah, it's definitely one that's Corey's definitely taken advantage of so far. What we've seen of his. She's now won the end. She'd be hoping to string a couple of ends together.
As her teammate back at St John's Park, she does tend to favour the shorter lengths. It's a bit of a go-to. So
Bit the opposite of Benny. Benny sort of favours the longer ends, doesn't he?
yeah, it's very opposite to Ben. He's very well known for his T to T lengths, and I don't think he does it with anyone else. But when I roll the jack for him, he doesn't seem to be very happy with it. Stamps his foot a bit, and no, Joe. No, Benny's a lovely fella. He'd never do that.
Want a better bloke going around. Especially one that puts up with Suchi as much as he does.
Puts up with all of us. He does, gentlemen.
He had a pretty big state tournament. Benny did this last couple of weeks.
He certainly did. He won the state mixed pairs with Brianna with playing one of the best shots. A fantastic shot to win that, and
You've seen that on the live stream.
Yeah,
Against their own Cody.
Yeah, against Cody. And unfortunately, had a very, very good tournament in the singles and pairs. Didn't quite make it through to the post section of the pairs, but he was our state singles runner-up. So he was.
Whereas Brianna went one better in the singles.
She certainly did.
So
recently crowned New South Wales singles champion.
Is that her first? That was her first, was it?
Yeah, that was her first state singles. Yeah. Just going to hand over to our recent winner of the second round, Billy Brandsma.
Cheers, mate. Awesome. Hey, Billy, how are you?
Good, Tommy, and yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Seem to be in a bit of form there at the moment.
Oh, that last.
Yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Even this morning games, I thought it was the best one that I saw by far. There was nothing much in it. I think the biggest margin I saw between you and Jay Boy was 2 shots. I think the biggest margin got to.
Yeah,
I didn't see much more than that.
Jay was terrific. He's got such a good delivery, so consistent. Yeah, got fairly tight, but
I didn't quite see the end of it. I did see potted the jack there with his second last bowl or something when it was 19 or something, was it? Or
yeah, got the jack in the ditch, and I drew shot, and then unfortunately I drew a second one right next to it. So
too good, mate. Too good.
Should have been allowed to stand in front of it, but he played a fantastic drive and got both of them, and yeah, thoroughly deserved the winnings.
You certainly turned it against Kyle though, just then.
Yeah, I suppose, they've had a couple of hours on the green, and it's a magnificent track. So, but just that little bit of time on probably is handy.
Is it very similar to your home surface at Kalamunda?
No, this one's it's got really good speed. I think it's probably getting around that. Must be getting close, 17-ish, I would think, close to that. Our side here seems to be really turny. The other side's not quite so turny, the middle of the green. But beautiful. Chuck it out and trust it.
How about the sectional games? The first section, was that indoors or out on the other outdoor green on the other side?
Yeah,
of
we
the
played
clubhouse?
on sea green out the back there, and the same thing. Beautifully prepared greens.
Brianna getting down to the jack here.
Oh dear, just missed
just
that.
narrowly missed high on that one. Looking to turn the jack around the corner for 2 or 3. What I'd seen out on that background, it seemed to be a bit wider. Was it any quicker or similar speed or?
Yeah,
pretty
I
much the
reckon.
similar?
So I reckon probably this one here, our side of the rink's probably a little wider than out there, but I mean they're both very similar, both very nice greens. The manager's done a fabulous job. So yeah,
a lot of work goes in by Russell and his family, that's for sure.
Oh wow,
wonderful job.
Well, you've got your singles event on here, you've got your forwards event going. You got 96 players, was it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I think 96. 24. Well, we're down to 8 sections of 3, so that's 24. So 24 sections of 4.
Yeah, 96.
So,
yeah, and to coordinate that takes an awful lot of work. So they've, Russell and the team here at Mandurah have done a fantastic job. So what are we here? 9, 10, 7, is it?
I think so. I think it's 10-7. Just waiting for the confirm the. That was just the one. Making sure I'm not putting the score incorrectly into the bowls link.
You've got that job as well, have you? Multitasking.
See the Gruffian over there sitting behind the rink watching some bowls.
Oh Lord!
Some of you guys might recognise him.
Lord Such. I'm sure he'll be up in the commentary at some stage.
He was in there for a bit yesterday, but it didn't stick around for long. So
the natural. At 10-8. So beautiful delivery.
And how's your pennant season this year, Billy?
Yeah, we're in blue, obviously. So it's 2 divisions off Premier League, but we finished on top and got our promotion to white, which is great. So we're pretty proud at Kalamunda. We're pretty proud of our club. So, but yeah, it's going to be the division up next year is going to be a test. We lost the grand final to North Perth, who were terrific. They played fantastic. So, but yeah, looking forward to next season. And
you got to play with your son all this year?
Yeah, Andrew and son-in-law, Andrew and Mike.
Mike as well. Okay.
Yeah. No, they both tell me what to do.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you're telling them what to do.
No, not now. No. They've been playing a year, so a year or 2. So now they're both going terrific too.
Where's Mike? What was Mike leading? Was he leading or was he playing 3? Because
Mike's leading.
Plays 2.
His grandfather played a lot of bowls at Kalamunda back in the day, and he's a very good sportsman. And thanks, Kyle.
And who was your 3rd in that rank? Because I did see you finished top of the pile.
Mark Gill. Sorry?
Just stick it on the box if you wanted to.
Yeah, Mark Gill from Extreme Mantle. He's probably one of the nicest blokes you'll ever meet. A really good player, but as a team person as well, he's next level. So even when things aren't going right, he's the first bloke to be geeing up, and he's got a wonderful attitude to bowls. He's been great for us. We've got a lot of hard workers at the club, so we're pretty proud the way we've gone.
I know Bruce Solly was up there last season. Was he still playing there this year?
No, Bruce, he had work commitments, so unfortunately he couldn't play. But but he was playing in our top side, and shall I see that's his brother John here.
John,
Sol-
yeah, life member at Dudley Park.
yeah, yeah.
Moved here with a couple of years ago with the Ruffians of Mark Simpson and Russell Tyrrell.
Oh dear, now that is an
Great
elite
shot,
group.
great set of
Beautiful
bowls
shot,
there by
Brianna.
Brianna. Probably leaving Paul with little places to go. You've probably seen a bit of weight here.
Yeah, I think Glenn will play. Glenn's got a really good runner.
He hasn't actually used it yet in this game, but he's definitely seen in the previous games he's been using it. He's got all the shots. Glenn Skipper's in Premier League for a number of years.
It was only a couple of
Plays
years.
a lot with Scotty Walker in the Aussie Open and national events, and does quite well.
Was Glenn leading skipper in Premier League a couple of years ago, I think?
I think he was leading skipper for a couple of seasons there. He was right up there anyway, that's for sure. Never seemed to manage to win the finals games, but that's just typical South Perth, I think. Looking close here, wants to pump that onto the jack and does, and kills the end, and we
He's very
restart. He's definitely very accurate on that forehand. He definitely prefers that forehand drive. You don't see him getting the backhand in and out too many times.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting whether players have a favourite or not.
I reckon 90% of the blokes that I know is forehand. I've got probably Daniel Tremor's the one most famous of those ones. His backhand's just the forehand a bit harder.
Yeah, I'd probably prefer forehand a bit too, so can launch it a bit. What about yourself, Tommy?
I
What was
definitely
your
prefer the
favourite?
forehand, but I've seen that when I am a bit wayward on the forehand, I do swap to the backhand, and just all my body sort of lines up, and I'm going all right on the backhand, so I can do both. But yeah, definitely prefer the forehand for the most part.
So what other
Lord
guys?
Such walking behind us.
So what have we got there? Barry Lester, Steve Novak. What? That's
Barry
17-12.
Yeah, Barry Lester's leading Stevie Novak 17-12. We know your result.
Christina's up 12-6.
Yeah, she had a slow start, Christina, but she's stretching her legs here at the moment. It's picked up another 2, so she's at least 14-6. There's probably another end to go on top of that, and our score here is 10-8.
Christina's had a great year in pennants.
Very good. Yeah, I think she's got herself. She was starting to get a bit disheartened with the game, because she pretty much with the ladies' side of the stuff. She's done everything. She couldn't do much more of it there. They played with a super strong Manning ladies' side on a Tuesday, and they'd won the last 9 of the last 10 straight pennants or something. 14 of the last 15. Something ridiculous. Winning I think she's up to a 6 state singles now or something.
Just lose count.
It's not enough room in any house to put any trophies up, or that many trophies up, or have a record of what's going on. And then you got all the Commonwealth Games stuff. She's got a whole shrine at the Manning Bowling Club where she's got the whole entryway to herself. Every time she wins something, get a few blokes just bowing down in front of it and sending pictures of it, and getting her a bit embarrassed because she's quite shy about it. So
she's not just a wonderful player, but she's just a wonderful lady. I had the privilege of going to BPL with Christina. Actually, Christina ended up skippering quite a bit in the last one, and was fantastic. I think we won 6 the last 8 with her skippering.
She definitely very much enjoyed the competition and the challenge of skippering in the open gender side this year. She got along very well with Scotty O'Brien, who for the first time played as a third for the whole year. Went very well. Had Haley play tutor, and then had a young up-and-coming bowler at Manning that also played with her for the most part of the year, and Jackson Butler, another Butler. There's a lot of them going around, but he sort of fell through the roof installing an air conditioning unit because he's a roof plumber, and sort of done his back, so he hasn't been able to walk get around too well for the last 3-4 weeks. He hasn't, but he just had an operation, I think, on Tuesday, and come through pretty well from that, apparently, all I've heard. So he's got a bit of a recovery in front of him, so but hopefully he's doing all well and he's good to go for next season.
I'm sure everyone wishes him well, see him back playing.
But yeah, he was getting text messages from Christina before the matches every time this year, and she was just super excited to play every week.
That's great, isn't it? And Scotty's fantastic to play with too.
Won't find a nicer person.
Don't think he's got a bad bone in his body. He's a beautiful player, great person.
Wouldn't hurt a fly, other than maybe his brother.
Is that right?
Brenna's coming down here at a decent weight. If she can run it out,
Just
holding
holding two.
bit of wind pick up and stop her in her tracks there a bit. Looks like she's holding 2 there at the moment. That last one might force down and running the jack in the ditch here, maybe with a bit of controlled weight, land a bowl, take one out of the count. Jack in the ditch is 3.
Yeah, it certainly pays to be paid to be arriving here, I think. He's also got the outside bowl as well.
Of
He's a little
course,
wide,
that's
so
the
he's got a little
forehand
bit
for
of
him,
something
so.
to use.
Of course, that's a forehand shot for him. So
Yep. What's happening here? He's looking interested.
He's looking to take one out here. He's got one, even though he's missed what he was after in the jack. He's reduced the count to 1. Well, so he'll be happy with that result.
Framed up a little.
Disappointed that he's missed what he's after, but yeah, I think he quite accept.
Framed up a little bit left to right, so he had a put target to get the shot, the jack or the other, so he got one out, which is great. Great shot.
Still here, Chevy across the other side of the green.
Yeah,
He's been the furthest drinker away all day so far, but we've definitely heard him across the green.
And has he got Lindsay in his side?
Somehow, yeah, he's had to put up with prickles all day.
Oh no.
He's bit of a funny one. It's a pretty short rink, that one. The young Callan on birdie, he's probably put on about half a head height in the last 6 months. He's sprouting like he's a Jack and the Beanstalk sort of stuff for the last 6 months. He's definitely added a bit of height lately, but he's probably the tallest on the rink for the first time.
Yeah.
Now, Chevy's no man mountain. He's actually probably got shorter the last couple of years, I reckon.
Yeah, still
Johnny.
looking pretty solid around the shoulders. Yeah. Callum was the singles winner at Aussie Park this year on the club
Was he?
singles.
I didn't realise that.
I think so. I might be wrong. Let us know.
Played
But
Jack in the final, didn't he? Or
sorry?
Did he play Jack in the final or something, I presume? Because Jack's won the last couple there, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he played, but I did hear. But I might be wrong. I think they said it was Callum won the singles. Fantastic up-and-coming player in our sport.
Aussie Park have always done quite well with it. Getting the younger kids there playing. Some of the stalwarts in the game there, and Gary Caffel and Johnny Goddard. A couple of people that they can look up to there quite well.
Yeah, they've had that era with Guts, Kingy, Grant Nicol, Nifty.
This last year's the first year Caff hasn't played there in over a decade, I think. So
playing well down here. Won the Country All-Star. I see his rink had a win too. He's still playing great bowls, Gary.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy that he wasn't able to play in the singles though this year. It clashed with something, so he wasn't able to play apparently. So,
oh, wasn't he?
No, yeah. He did say what it clashed with, but him and Simo had won everything down here all year and weren't able to play in the club singles. So gave the opportunity for someone else to win the singles. I'm not sure who it was. Probably try and find out at some stage.
Brianna's weight is one bowl past it. Beautiful weight control. Such a nice delivery. There we go again, coming in from a great area. Great shots.
Both bowls are probably, that last one's just over a foot behind the jack.
I think we might even see a bit of aggression early here.
Definitely looks like it, doesn't it?
Hmm.
The way he's lining up. He's never shy to have a go, that's for sure.
No.
Pretty close to that jack.
Wow.
Almost found the hole. I didn't think there was a hole in there.
I know, I didn't think you could get through there.
Definitely a bit of an oddity in bowls of the holes that those bowlers do manage to find at times.
I think they shrink through
Yeah,
holes
yeah.
sometimes.
You play it and you go, well, that's not a hole that bowler can get through, and then you play it, it comes down, and somehow it fits through there for some reason.
Here we go. Beautiful way to gain. That's just really good shots.
Although I do know one person that aims at those holes when he's having a drive, young Daniel Trella. Always reckons he aims at the hole because he's going to hit the head somewhere, and then has a whinge when he hits the hole.
Yeah, they're probably one of the gun drivers, Daniel. Very accurate, very quick.
Love you, Daniel. Glenn's going again. He looks on the tighter side. They should clear one out, and does.
Not many bowls left on the rink here. What, 3?
One bowl each. Brianna would be wanting to put another one in the count. Otherwise, I'd say Glenn might fire 3. He'd want to be careful not to rip his own out, though.
Sorry?
He'd want to be careful not to rip his own out if Brianna didn't add one.
Yeah, I think he'll, she draws another one there, I think he'll play fairly safe. Mind you, it's only one more. If Brianna draws another one, it's only one more, so.
She's looking pretty nice coming down here, though.
Yeah.
Just needs to start stopping. That sun that come out probably would help a little bit too, though. 4 good shots there, Brianna. All bowls within foot and half of the jack. If I was Glenn, I'd be going again.
Yeah, it's only one more and you have a chance
Exactly. Yeah. Had 2 goes already. You're not aiming at it, mate.
So it looks like Christina's shot away a little bit there, 16-6.
Yeah, she's we did get it.
And Barry's up 2013.
That's bit of a funny one there. That bowl's just hit the umpire and stopped it rolling at a bounce.
Did it hit the umpire, did it?
Yeah. Yeah, that bowl hit the umpire. I reckon it was going out of bounds.
Can we go instant? Can we go instant replay?
Definitely hit the umpire. I don't have replay, but definitely hit it. Yeah, rolled over at 40. It was heading out of bounds. Bit of good sportsmanship by Glenn there.
Yeah, actually the spirit of our game, it's the camaraderie, and actually everything's been terrific here. Everyone's got on terrific.
Yeah, good sportsmanship by Glenn there. That ball had Dick Clip roll over the top of the umpire's foot or the marker's foot.
Didn't argue
probably
straight
rolled
into
out
it.
of bounds, yeah. This was a bit of a surprise that the marker didn't actually mention it beforehand. Brought up by Twisty, of course.
Who was that? Was it?
The
right decision.
What am I getting with?
Is that way to gain? Beautiful shot.
Got an update on some of the indoor games. We got Scotty O'Brien trailing Kobe Barton 17-11. Aaron Tees leading Jimmy Newton 20-9. Darren Rowland trailing Shane Gilden's Nan 13-7. Jackie East leading Isaac Morn 20-10. Obviously, one of the games has been completed. It should be up on the Bowls Link app and Bowls or the Bowls Link website. If you just search the Everest, you should be able to find the scores on that. We've just had another game. Looks like it's been completed on the outdoor rinks in Barry Leicester.
Beating Steve Novak.
Stevie Novak, by the looks. Barry must have finished that one pretty quick because it was last time I seen the score was about 10-all. Barry Leicester beating Steve Novak 21-13. Christina Christic stretched her lead out to 10, leading the local player in McMahon 17-7.
We've got a really good standard game here at the moment. Glenn's got two fabulous shots, just in really good catch spots.
Who's got shot there, you think?
I'm going to go the audience phone a friend. Not sure.
It's hard to tell. Even on the cameras, it's hard to tell.
We've got the white.
Markers just indicated one to Glenn.
In such good catch zones, those bowls, aren't they?
You'd just be looking to play the same bowl, wouldn't you, I think?
Just going to skate outside.
Just overcorrected with the line a bit. Played a good weight, though.
Mm.
Yeah. Brianna hasn't really played any on that. What would be her backhand? So I should probably just play another one on that forehand. I'd played a few on that.
Played a better own bowl.
I think the backhand's a better shot, trying to beat those two ones of Glenn, which she is actually going to do, change hands.
Just think that side a little earlier, it might be a little different on this rink. That side tended to hold just a tiny little bit. Oh, what a great shot.
Well played there,
That's
Brianna.
a fabulous shot.
Brianna.
Fabulous.
8-2. Then I want to try and convert this because another 2 to Brianna, give her that bit of a breathing space. That 4, just once you get to that 4 lead or over the 4, you always feel a bit more comfortable, don't you? In the singles game.
You don't see that many 4s. So it gives you a little bit of breathing space, yeah.
Close to the Jackie up. Just managed to flick it. Be close to who's got shot out there. If it's dead at all. I don't think it's dead. It stayed in.
Yeah, it's... I think Brianna likes hers, I think. Very accurate Glenn with those shots, isn't he? Very, rarely far away.
Like on the forehand, especially on that forehand, he sort of definitely prefers that forehand, as we were saying. Don't see him playing that backhand weighted shot too often, or I haven't anyway, that's for sure. We're going to keep in with those shorter ends, which she's been going well on.
Yep. Very good head of bowls, that 270 bowls in nice little catch spots all in the area.
you'd be hoping for Kyle to put in a better performance in the second round.
Yeah, we had a chat, but well, as we said, like, I mean, I'd just come off a game, and what we had probably 2 hours. Our game took quite a long time, so you've had lots of time on the rink.
You'd probably be hoping for the wind to pick up as well, even.
Yeah, I'll
Make
go and
it
get
a bit
the
interesting.
we'll go and get the fans out. So put a couple on.
Just got a couple of stronger gusts of breath there. Cause the players to drop a couple short.
Was it Thursday, wasn't it? That's when it was howling.
Yeah, we had as the viewers know, we got 10 kilos on the bottom of the legs of the gazebo here.
Did
and that
you?
was well, they still do, and they're picking up. We've got also, it's been tied down the whole time with cable ties, but it was still picking up off the ground.
Wow.
10 kilo legs on these two weights.
Oh yeah.
Picking up above the tip.
Oh wow.
Glenn, Brianna's made sure she's arrived with that second one. So good thinking.
It's always nice to get one just in behind a little bit. The jack rarely goes forward, so
Glenn's
gives you
made
a
a
chance to-
correction. He's still a good couple of feet short though. Still plenty of room for Brianna.
yeah, just got to miss that front one.
You still involved with the stateside, Billy?
In the squad at the moment, but I'm getting a bit older, so we'll see what happens. Keep plodding along.
What's going on with that at the moment? Where are they playing this year, and when is that getting held? Do you know?
Yeah, this year it's in Tasmania.
What
And
club out? You know?
now I'm not 100% sure whether it was Launceston. Well, I'm not sure. No, I think traditionally it's been October. Is it November this year, Tom? Is it the side series?
I haven't played in it for 4 or 5 years, mate. So you're probably not the person to ask.
I think it's Launceston in November, I think. And I think they've got 2 or 3 outdoor greens and an indoor green. I believe they're all
Okay,
fantastic.
yep.
Yeah, that's
And when are the sides picked for that, or squads picked for that?
be another lot of trials in May, and then I think the selectors will put their heads together and pick the open side and the over 60 side.
It's all on
The
Brianna's
ladies
weight
and the men.
here. Trying to draw a shot. There's a bit of stopping I do.
Just sneaking past a lid. I don't know.
Might have done enough for a second. Glenn's having a look.
Glenn's definitely got the one.
So you're saying when the state side's selected for Tasmania, when was that happening again?
Well, I'm not sure when they actually pick it. I know the last training session or the next training session they've got scheduled the first week in May, I think. And then they'll all put their heads together and they'll pick the side that for the ladies and the men. I'm guessing it's all the same time that will go into battle. So,
Been a couple of changes in the sectors, isn't there, this year?
sorry.
There's been a couple of changes in the sectors this year, has there? Or
Yeah, we've got a new coach. And a couple of changes in selection. So
who's doing that job this year?
Lindsay Prickles has taken on the job as coach. We had a hit out recently, and we actually played the over 60s, and fantastic standard. It was a terrific day. So, they're going to have a pretty tough gig, I think. So yeah. So what do I get here? Christina 17.9. And
Glenn's just lost the jack there.
just in it went. So 10-12, really close game. This very good standard. Players playing exceptionally well.
Should be.
This is the maiden voyage with this, so
We've done a couple of pennant games this year at Manning. We have done some club championships. Done the ladies singles final and the men's singles final. But yeah, Blake Butler's put a lot of work into this.
he's fantastic. Blake does a fabulous job.
Yeah.
So I was watching the local pennants a little while back, Manning South Perth on the Friday night.
That was a crowd and a half, that one there.
Pardon?
That was a crowd and a half for that game there on the Friday night of Country Week. I think there was 400 or 500 people there watching right to the end, even though it was a bit of a blowout in the game. They stayed right to the end. They actually had to bring in 5 kegs. They'd run out of beer. They had to bring in 5 kegs from Vic Park to finish the night off.
Did they really? It's always Country Week's always a fabulous event. Players come down, great quality, great standard, great players, and they have a lot of fun when they're here. So, ladies and the men. So,
You've got a bit of a role with the pennants committee this year, Bill.
yeah, they're having a look at. But it's always good, always looking at ways to try and improve the competition. So we've had a lot of heated out games this year, and so I think they're going to look at. Obviously, it's still in the melting pot at the moment, but they'll look at ways of improving the competition. And
Would that be changed for this season coming up or the following season?
oh, again, not sure. It'd be probably just watching Brianna's bowl here. Just gets past shot. Might be early times implementing it the coming season, but
Yeah, it'd be hard to drop an exercise from any division when they haven't had notice, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Sort of
there's a lot
give
of
them notice, say they, no, well, we got to finish a bit higher just to stay in that division.
It was interesting. Like even was talking to Wayne Rudiger and that when in the BPL. So I think that in South Australia they have a rule. So we lost a few games this year, but I think when it's forecast to be a particular temperature, they quite often start, or they'll start at 9:30 in the morning with all their games. So that things like that may or may not work. I mean, it's
I think we've got to be a bit more flexible. That's for sure. A lot of the rules over here coming to pennants stop people actually playing the game. I think playing the morning games might be a bit hard with all the people still working.
could be tough.
But be definitely for the 3:30 starts for all the first division on the Saturday, I reckon. I believe. I don't think we should be working towards keeping the results in the Sunday times. I think second division and below we can keep the results in there, but all the first division, I think we got to try and make a spectacle of the game and try and get people watching the game and involved in the sport sort of thing.
Yeah, and I think that's what they'll do. Just try and find ways to make it better. Now this is interesting. I think Glenn's holding 4 here. It's at least 3. Not sure about the front one, but I think the last one got up to Jacko. You're holding 3. So Brianna's line with her first 3 was impeccable. So it's just a slight adjustment in weight.
It's one that you'd be scared of actually dropping too much weight when you got 3 bowls the same weight that far past the jack. Very easy just to drop too much off, trying to drop the weight, or just keeping the weight because you're scared of dropping too much weight. She's on a higher line. All down the weight now.
I think
If
the
she
weight
finished inside
adjustments,
that wing bowl, she's probably good enough for second.
the weight adjustment on that was brilliant.
Just fell against the bias there. If she fell in, she probably fell in for second.
Might still
Might
be
be
3,
still
is it?
3.
Yep.
Three it was.
A roll in or a roll out can make such a big difference.
Definitely. Many a game is lost and won by that roll of the bolt.
Yeah.
Personally lost a couple of state finals like that.
You have?
Well, that old arrow always falling them thing. And when they first come out, we lost a state 4 semi-final where they fell against the bias and fell jack high. If you fallen with the bias and fell in front of the jack, and they've just gone jack and ditch. Of course, it was the last end of a tight game, and they've put jack in the ditch and sat on top of it, and it's game
Game
over.
over.
Then they went on and won the final quite comfortably.
Nice shot here. 10 inches in, foot in front. Lovely shot by Glenn.
Some of the usual suspects down here watching. Brett Ty over there again. He's not too many tournaments that you don't see him about the place watching the game, do you?
Yeah, he loves his bowls, Brett. Another player who was actually played at Kalamunda at our club some years back. He's now at Bassendean. Playing first division bowls. Very good player.
Came a bit of a cropper in our pennant match. He did. He sort of stepped on one of they got the concrete cups.
Yeah.
Sit on the bank and stepped on one of them and fell arse over tit onto the green. Started using a walking stick for the rest of the game.
Oh dear. It's not hard to do. You got to have eyes in the back of your head.
In the other game we got still going on these outdoor greens, Christina's just one away, leading 20-10.
This is a very nice shot here by Brianna.
Be a bit of a sigh of relief after the last couple of ends with that bowl from Brianna. She sort of got back on track with that one.
It's difficult. It's a hard game. It's
get on runs, don't you? Sort of runs where you got no idea what you're doing, and then next minute, can't do a thing wrong.
Yeah, just the consistency part of the game. It's difficult at times, especially you got. There's another good shot here. Is it going to turn? No. You got the elements to factor in as well, like a bit of wind and.
Yeah, it's pretty calm at the moment though. We have seen some gusts where it's definitely affected the bowls.
We've been blessed
But
since
nothing,
Thursday, haven't we?
Yeah,
Like,
even Thursday. It was a lovely day Thursday. Just a bit stronger wind. The wind was a bit strong, wasn't it? It was quite a nice day though. Yeah, it's looking
lands
pretty
this
good
bowl.
here again.
It's two fabulous shots.
Just wriggled it on a bit too far there.
So Glenn will be the same here, just playing that forehand, trying to get to Brianna's back bowl, get one lift if he can. One lift of his own. Picture of concentration. Sorry. Not leaving me on my lonesome, are you?
No. Just making sure your beer's not cold. Turn into a pint enough.
Okay, so we're back on.
As the
Wait
weight just
again.
needs to drop anchor there. Falls over,
Might
go
be
very
enough, I
close.
think.
2 it is.
It's always interesting. Quite often watch the some of the Premier League games around the country, and it's quite different when you're looking at the screen as to watching the game live. It can be quite deceptive.
Yeah, we learn. Like I said, it's only doing a couple of them, but we learn every stream we're doing. We're learning whether we lower the cameras, lift them up, or what have you.
Oh, the streaming's been fabulous. It's great for the sport. Brianna on the forehand. Just a yard, a bit longer. Beautiful line. Yeah, good shots. Sometimes think if you err with your first bowl, it's not too bad being 2 or 3 foot past. Easier to come back on speed.
For Brianna.
Sorry?
Just that wind there come up at the wrong time for her. She was probably struggling to get there as it was, but she probably would have gone far enough for shot.
I think so, yeah. That just picked
Just
up
that
out of nowhere
breeze,
then.
it just stops it dead in its tracks, doesn't it, at times?
Yep. Watching at home, you don't see that sometimes, but you get that big gust in the face and the bowl just puts the parachute out.
Christina has won her game. I think this is I think there's one game still going on inside. Looks like that might be the last run running at the moment. I'm not sure.
And
This round?
so all of the last 3 games were all played at the same time?
All the last same game played at the same time. Just the 3 games for the day. Russell will probably be looking for that, a bit of an earlier finish. Get home. Good shot there, Brianna.
Fantastic shot. He's done a great job, Russell.
The whole family has.
Yep.
Caitlin and Cheryl sitting in the match office there, updating all the scores.
He's going early
Glenn
at
not
this.
sure having a poke. Looks like he's all over it.
Oh, good shot.
Forces Brianna to replicate her last. See if she can emulate her last bowl.
Yep. Dial in and repeat.
Rinse and repeat. Wind's just pick up the wrong time for her too, though.
Yeah.
She's following it quite confidently, though.
Yeah. It's
Got some
just got to
stopping to
pull
do.
up. Just got to pull up a little bit.
I think she's just gone a little too far. Just gave that bit extra because the wind was up.
Is the blue sticker? Who's the blue? It's Brianna. I think our marker put one blue up. So whether Brianna's last ball was shot, I'm not sure.
With the stickers, you'd think Glenn's got white stickers, but
You'd think so, yeah.
I think he might have just done enough for that too. Yeah. No, Glenn's got the blue.
Glenn's got
body
the
box.
blue. 2 to Glenn. Good shots. $17.15. You're within the 4.
Remember the scores in the last few started there by Brianna.
Bowl and a half in front of Jack High. Glenn's not far off with his first one. He just needs to make that 2-foot adjustment.
Have you been travelling down each day, Billy, or you stayed down here for a couple of days? Have you been?
Yeah, we actually grabbed a caravan recently, so it was an opportunity for us to come away.
Where you been staying there? Just the local caravan park?
Yeah,
Or?
Mandurah Coastal on the Mandurah Terrace there. Yeah, they've been great, and we're getting a bit faster at setting the van up. Initially, we weren't particularly skillful, but
Two good shots by Brianna.
great shooting. Might see a bit of weight here from Glenn.
Do you take the caravan out often, mate?
We've only been out a few times. Haven't had it all that long. It's only a little small one, but yeah, no, we don't get much of a chance with bowls and other sports and things. So it's good to get away, and yeah, it's been enjoyable.
One for the future bowls trips, is it?
Yep, that's the one. When retirement kicks in, what's Glenn done here?
He's close to the hole.
Wow.
I think that was a backhand drive too.
Oh. You wouldn't think the ball could get through those gaps, would
I'd
you?
say Brianna, you want to be adding a couple of feet here, trying to turn her own bowls, pass.
Yeah, just try and change the look a little bit.
Oh, yeah, just he doesn't want to build a target.
No, not looking to frame it.
Just wants to hurry a bit just to beat the front ones.
If it just gets in the line, might help a little bit.
Has filled the hole though, so
Mm.
you probably see Glenn fire again.
He's gone one, he'll go again. Almost all three of them could line up here. Gets it. Very important bowl in the scheme of the game, this one.
Something's happening.
Ooh.
Just peeled the last one out. Bit unfortunate there. You'd expect to take a couple out hitting the target like that.
That importance of Brianna's last bowl. That probably sheltered the other two. Very good shot. The bowl's on the way. Let's say the weight looks pretty good, I think.
I'll be surprised if
Yeah,
that's not
very
going to
good
count.
shots. 4 very good shots.
Yeah. Just sees the loose end by Glenn. What happens when you just drop that first couple short makes it a very tough proposition once you drop those first two. Couple of yards short, doesn't it?
It does. They're not in the
Please.
game, and it's everyone does it. No one does it by design, but you're trying to be perfect sometimes, and it's easy to drop that 2 or 3 foot short, and then makes it worse when the opposition nails it. Then you're having to defend a lot of the time. I think in singles, first bowl's critical, isn't it? Absolutely
Yeah, just
critical.
getting that one. You can nail it first up or a couple of foot behind. Yeah, well and truly on the way to winning the game.
Yep.
Sort of how I've looked at it, especially if you get the first one on there, it just puts pressure on your opposition, meaning they've got to do something, or change something up. Sort of,
Well, your
it's half the
singles,
battle just getting there first.
no, your singles record was very, very good, and that was one of your strong points, was first bowl. Beautiful weight. picture of concentration, Brianna, as she lets that go.
Yeah, we're starting to get down to the business end. Both players within reach of the finishing line.
We're going to pull up. Is it going to pull up?
Look at the.
Ooh.
I don't know, from live that almost looks shot, but on the camera it doesn't even look close to being
No,
shot.
that's why it's always so deceptive.
That road behind us definitely a lot quieter today though, being the Easter Sunday.
Yes, yeah, it. A bit quieter. That takes.
To the Glen.
Yeah, good shots. Beautiful weight.
It's quite an important bowl, this one.
Yeah, sure is.
How's the weight looking, Billy?
I think weight is pretty good. I reckon it's going to get and beat her back bowl, and if it does, it's nearly shot.
Just wanted to keep
Just
rolling
kept
on,
going,
didn't it?
yeah.
Just kept going and going and going. Still 2 to Glen. I was with you. I thought that was a better weight. Just the last 2 foot kept rolling, didn't it?
The green, what's the time now? It's 2 o'clock. Yeah, it's.
Glen's always been a very methodical player, and it's usually even the pennant games well and truly the last person off the rink, isn't he?
I think that
Another
last.
good shot by Glen here.
I think that
Probably
last.
wants to run away a bit, so he doesn't take a target. So Brianna's got a bit of decision here whether she draws or runs that. I think she'll just draw though, drop a foot or two.
Well, the way the game is now, if Brianna runs and misses it,
Oh,
Glen's
she's
drawing for the game.
yeah, exactly. And if Brianna's front touches, she's holding game.
She's holding game, yeah. So I think we'll see a draw.
Still got plenty of weight on it. Trying to stop though. Stopped a lot quicker than the last one.
That
It's a good
certainly
shot by
did.
Brianna. It's at least third shot. I actually thought that in running live that looked quicker than the third bowl.
I thought similar. It looked.
Glen's still holding 2 according to the marker. Sort of side knocker, he'd probably get him the 4.
Or does he play
Forehand
backhand?
on the forehand, just a balls on the jack. I think you just try and draw a counter. Yeah, you're right. You could play the backhand and lay the bowl over for 4, but he's played his 3 bowls so far on that forehand.
There we go.
Nah, you're right. I think he must have heard you, Billy.
One roll out of. No. Yeah, one roll out of it, and
That's still just a draw shot, isn't it?
yeah, just
Just
to
a
that
draw
back
shot.
bowl.
Bowl's a bigger target than the jack. It's he's actually searching this. He's got the weight to search. He's looking pretty close. He's asking it to hold. Will it hold on enough? Oh, hands on the knees. Very, very close to winning the game with that bowl. 2 shots, so makes it 19-18.
2 inches out. Heard Glenn screaming, hold.
Yeah, definitely. It's a sport that there's a lot of emotions shown during the game.
Yep.
A bit like tennis, it's a very individual sport, and you're out there on your own. Takes a lot of mental fortitude to play a game of singles.
Yeah. Yeah, I find I prefer the pennants. I prefer your pennant games rather than the singles. But
Well, you got someone to buy you the drink after the game, don't you?
that's exactly right. You must have been reading my mind. Okay, right at the pointy end now. Just if
I'm
you
in a
sent
hurry
it.
here a bit. I left the opportunity here for Brianna. Last end we saw Brianna pick up a 3 after Glenn's opening bowl was very similar to that. As you can see in the background there behind Brianna, Glenn's very disappointed with that bowl. He's throwing the hat, waving his hands around everywhere.
You've got to get over it, get on with it.
Yep.
Only the next one that counts. Full
Brianna's
weight.
still left a bit of room there. She's played with a good weight though. Still persisting with that forehand though.
Yeah,
Pushing directly into that wind on that forehand. That wind's coming sort of on that diagonal direction. It wouldn't take much for that wind to affect the bowl.
sometimes especially if you're playing well on that hand and you trust that hand.
The clearing here, he's looking pretty good.
It's a very good shot. Sometimes if you
Brilliant
change,
correction.
you're playing a different line and a different weight. Sometimes you waste a bowl and singles you've only got 4, so you got to do what you trust.
Both players have predominantly played on opposite sides of the greens all game.
Brianna's searching us a little bit, is she?
I don't think it's done on purpose. Might have just cooked it a bit. Definitely no harm back there.
So Glenn, 1918, holding shot.
On a good track again here.
I think his weight's pretty
and
good
looking
too.
a pretty good weight, yes. Doesn't want to sit next to it though. It's still a good enough gap. Still forces Brianna to draw, but he's holding game here now.
Very, very important, this bowl.
Oh, it's all on the line here. I like the weight.
If it holds, it's very, very good.
Save game though. It's at least second shot.
One blue.
Still won the Glen. Of course, Glenn lost his first game, so
I didn't see the
even
score.
if
How much?
Brianna loses this, it's still a very open section.
So
it was a tight game. I think it was 21-15, 21 around that sort of margin. I think.
Right. You got the cheat sheet out there, Tom. That's good.
So Ryan won 21-18.
21-18.
So a very open section, that's for sure. Whatever the result here.
So is this going to turn in time? It's the question.
Just got to stop now. It's made sure of shot, that's for sure though. Sorry about that, viewers. I had that camera down the wrong end for a while.
Okay, so Brendan's just making a very small adjustment to a line. Weight was beautiful.
Yeah. Wouldn't be changing the weight, that's for sure.
Can't play much.
Be interesting if she actually sat the shot bowl 1 or 2 rolls, whether her wing bowl would count. It'd match.
Yeah, I think Brianna would be more courageous than me. I could just see back cutting the jack down the line. So I think it'll be a flat draw.
She's looking a good weight again. It's all on the line. It just looks like she's cut it a bit though.
Glenn?
Puts Glenn to the 20, still requiring 1 to take the match out.
Glenn requires 1. A marker puts the blue paddle pop up.
See, Twisty's retired inside.
It's got too
He
much
had
for
been,
him.
Yeah, he had been watching.
Can't watch on the big screen. So how
Probably
important
should
is this
see a
first?
fair few spectators down here for the last game, considering they're playing. We'll have the fours completed, and they'll be out watching as well. So
Yep.
Should see some decent crowds for the last game. Have it probably about. What do you think? Sitting around the green at the moment, Billy, watching
What is sitting around at the moment? I reckon
50.
5, 10, 20, probably 40, big 40, 40, 50 people
All down, sitting down the one end though,
enjoying
in the sun.
enjoying a really good spectacle here. Two great
Still
players.
a lot of people in. That's just on the outside green. There's a lot of people inside and on the other greens as well.
Okay, so what have we done here? This
Look for
first
fair
bowl
opener here by Brianna.
First bowl is
It's a
so
very good
important.
shot, and just,
brilliant shot.
Just fell, ran out at the other side of the jack. Should have been hoping that fell on the line.
Glenn's watching it on the way down. Pretty fair effort. Just going to run away a bit, I think.
He's got a good weight though. Shouldn't
Yeah.
go too far. About a foot short of jack eye. On a good path in for that backhand.
The players start to get a little bit nervous now.
Would you sort of, Brianna would be wanting to put another one. Probably
She got past a
wouldn't
couple
mind
of...
this just pass, or even a bowl or two short of the jack.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
beat
be
the
a
back
handy
one.
thing.
Yep, very good.
Glenn's now going to make a decision whether he wants to run the bowl or draw again. If it was me, I'd just be looking to draw on the backhand, but
My bet is the draw. Wait and see.
he's having a think though.
Mm.
Lining up for the forehand. Forehand draw, looking to add a foot on his last and a foot of grass. He's following his bowl down, interested. Asking it to stop though. Got to a good aim. Brianna has two bowls less, but would want to get a second one in there.
Get a second one and then Glenn will make the decision.
And hopefully away from the other one that's in there as well.
Pretty fair bowl this.
It's all on the weight now. She's got a good line.
I think it's pretty good.
Glenn's already clapping it.
Yeah.
Just run across into the front of the jack. Yeah, great shot. Could be.
What are we going to see here, Tom?
I would have thought he would have been on the backhand. I think he's got to be playing on the backhand now. He's shown he wasn't far off his last little shot on the backhand, but he showed a reluctance to play the backhand so far in this match.
He'll just play the one he's most confident with.
Still lining up for the forehand. I think he'd be playing a lot of weight though.
Yeah. What's he doing?
Looks a high line. He's coming down now. It's just
Wow.
just missed the bowl eye. Can Brianna take the first opportunity to win the game?
taking a time forehand draw to win the match.
The nice horn at the right time there.
Let's have a look. She done.
Pump the fists there. Just wants them to stop now. Well
Brilliant
played,
play.
Brianna.
Well played.
Well played, Brianna.
Fabulous
Brilliant-
game. Well done to
Brilliant
Brianna.
game there.
Brianna and Glenn. Fantastic game of lawn bowls. And
Brianna taking the first opportunity to win the game. That leaves us with a very interesting match for the last game in that section, with the winner-take-all match of Ryan Moyle playing against Brianna
Smith.
So see you again shortly. I think that was the last game that was still running, so it won't be too long till the next live stream match. I'd like to thank Billy for having
Tommy.
on the live stream with us, and we'll see you again shortly. Thank you very much.
Good on you, mate.